So let's talk about the MSR situational judgment test. You know, that high-stakes exam that can feel like a complete and total guessing game. But what if I told you there's a way to end the guesswork, to actually have a system? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
You've been there, right? You read this scenario, you look at the options, and bam, your brain is screaming 5 different right answers at you all at once. It's this professional paralysis, and it happens to everyone under that kind of pressure. And here's the crazy part. That gut instinct that serves you so well on the ward, it can actually betray you in this test. See, the SJT plays by its own kind of non-intuitive rules, and with that clock ticking down, just relying on your gut is basically just guessing. And that, well, that leads to inconsistency. And the stakes here they're incredibly high. Failing isn't just a bummer. It can mean putting your entire specialty training on hold for a year, maybe even longer. That's a huge deal for your career.
So yeah, let's just call it what it feels like, the SJT guessing game.
So what does this battlefield actually look like? Well, you've got 50 scenarios you have to power through in just 105 minutes. That works out to about 2 minutes a question, and they come in 2 main flavors, either ranking 5 actions from best to worst or picking the 3 absolute best actions from a list of 8. No pressure, right? Okay, enough about the problem. Let's get to the solution. The only way to beat this kind of chaos is with a system, a repeatable, mechanical process that takes the guesswork right out of the equation. And we call it the Smart ACE system. First up, S is for safety first. This is your absolute #1 non-negotiable priority. The question you have to ask is, does this action protect the patient from immediate and serious harm right now? It's the guiding star for every single decision.
Next up, M, maintain professionalism. This is all about your professional duties, the stuff guided by the GMC. It's about upholding the integrity of the profession. Think honesty, confidentiality, and just maintaining that crucial patient trust. Then we have A for actively involve others. Look, we all know medicine is a team sport. Trying to be a lone hero is almost always the wrong answer here. This is about knowing when and who to ask for help, whether it's your colleagues, your seniors, or other support services. R stands for reflect and learn. This is about thinking bigger than just the immediate problem. Does your action help the system get better? Does it help prevent the same mistake from happening to someone else down the line? This is where things like filing an incident report come in. And the T in SMART is for take ownership. This one's simple. It's about accountability. Are you stepping up and taking responsibility for your role in the situation? Or are you passing the buck or trying to deflect blame? The right answer always involves taking ownership. Okay, so after you've run the options through SMART, you apply what we call the ACE filter to fine-tune your choice. Is it actionable? Can you do it right now? Is it collaborative, involving the right people, especially the patient? And is it ethical? Is it transparent, honest, and truly patient-centered? And this is where the magic happens. We turn this into a literal scorecard. Each of these 8 components, from safety to ethical, gets a score from 0 to 3. All of a sudden, you're not wrestling with a vague feeling anymore. You're just doing the math. So this gives every single option a potential maximum score of 24 points. This is the whole key right here. It transforms a subjective, stressful, emotional decision into a straightforward, objective calculation. All right, theory's great, but let's see how this thing actually works in the wild. We're going to run through a couple of classic high-pressure scenarios and put the system to the test. Okay, scenario 1, a patient safety classic. Your patient got the wrong insulin 2 hours ago. The mistake hasn't been documented yet. What is your absolute #1 priority? Now, this is a classic trap the SJT loves to set. It pits an immediate clinical need, checking on the patient, against an incredibly important professional duty, documenting the error. Your brain wants to do both, but the test forces you to pick what comes first. This is where the scorecard just cuts right through the noise. Let's score it. Checking the patient gets a perfect 3 out of 3 for safety. Why? Because that insulin is peaking right now, and the patient could be in immediate danger. Documenting, it's crucial, yeah, but it only gets a 1 for safety because writing in the notes doesn't actually stop a patient's blood sugar from crashing. The math doesn't lie. Checking the patient scores a 2-2, making it the undeniable rank 1 action. Okay, let's try a tougher one. This one is way more emotionally charged.
A 17-year-old, who you've assessed as having capacity, tells you they're being abused at home. But then they beg you not to tell anyone. What do you do? So your heart is breaking for this patient, I get it. But there is a hard and fast rule here that cuts through the emotion. For minors, and remember, 17 is still legally a minor, your duty to safeguard their welfare overrides your duty of confidentiality. This isn't your opinion, it is a professional and legal requirement.
And knowing that one rule makes your 3 best actions crystal clear. 1, you have to gently but clearly explain your professional and legal duty to her. 2, you have to document everything, the consultation, the injuries, meticulously. And 3, you provide immediate support, like information for domestic violence services. You're fulfilling your duty while still being supportive. So, we've seen how the system crushes patient safety and safeguarding scenarios. But what about the other types of questions you're going to face? Let's do a quick fire round. For capacity and consent, you always presume capacity first. A patient making an unwise decision does not mean they lack capacity. For professional boundaries, it's simple. Maintain them. Anything that blurs that line is wrong. And for team conflict, the patient in front of you comes first. Always. You can deal with the team drama later and in private. So let's pull all this together. The goal here is to totally reframe how you see this test. You're not walking in to guess. You're walking in to execute a checklist. And I want you to really let this next part sink in. You are not expected to be some kind of philosophical genius who can solve an impossible ethical problem in under 2 minutes. You are expected to be a professional who executes a checklist. That's it. That's the whole game. Your job is to apply the system, do the math, and pick the highest scoring answer. So, there you have it, a system to turn stress and chaos into confidence and clarity. The only question left is, are you ready to stop guessing and start calculating?